matching hundreds. I'm Jonathan Coachman. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see teams with a couple of running backs who each went over 100 yards a weekend ago, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Baltimore Ravens. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, the rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Steelers' all-time leading passer and 2-time Super Bowl champ Ben Roethlisberger ready to lead this offensive unit. And he's led them since his rookie year all the way back in 2004. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And his first look is incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. And it's 2nd down. And a peek now at the offense for Pittsburgh.
And this offensive line, they're going to have to be a lot better than they were right there. We certainly won't measure them just by one play, but they definitely got a big challenge ahead of them in this one because this defense, they love to run blitz, and they clog up the running lanes.
First carry of the game for Jalen Samuels. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. A look now at our starting defense. They come into this one in the bottom half of the NFL against the run, number 19 overall.
And the focus now is making sure that they're hitting on all cylinders as they head into the playoffs. And that means they've got to stop the run better because playoff football often means running football. So they've got to be prepared for that.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23. They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram. Well, look there at Ingram's numbers from a week ago. 20 carries, 101 yards, and a score.
And the way they ran the ball last week has to bring a smile to the faces of the entire coaching staff because not only are they seeing a back pile up yardage, they're seeing an offensive line in sync. And that bodes well this late in the season.
He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2, here's Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Intended for Hayden Hurst. Incomplete.
So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? that's a nice start for them in this one.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they can very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. On 2nd and 9, Roethlisberger. He's got this complete to Ryan Switzer. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. 3rd and 2, now Roethlisberger. And he finds McDonald. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Here's Roethlisberger. And this one's incomplete. And the intended receiver out of the backfield was Jalen Samuels, but it's going to be 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Roethlisberger. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he'll get it down here to the 43. He'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. On 3rd and 1, it's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
It's a gain of 6.
It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Check 26, check 26.
On 1st down, it's Samuels. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7. Here's Benny Snell Jr., the rookie from Kentucky. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Trying to run for it with Snell. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23.
There we go.
At the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 6. And the Steelers first down.
Coming after you.
They'll run on 1st down. Samuels. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 20-yard line.
On 2nd and 7, Roethlisberger got an open man. It's Washington. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. To throw here, Roethlisberger. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, Samuels. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. Now here's Snell. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Boswell's kick is good, and the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change at quarterback, running back, tight end. It doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
A first carry now for Kenneth Dixon. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
A gain of 10 yards.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Now a play fake here on first down. Rolling to his right. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 45-yard line.
Jackson now off the bootleg. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Bud Dupree has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. He's going to go for a big play down. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. An explosive 38-yard pickup.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
You think you gonna get this?
They run. It's Mark Ingram. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. On 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Jackson's pass intended for Miles Boykin. Incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Tucker named the league's all-pro kicker for the 3rd time in 2018.
Go ahead and admit it. The only time that you get excited about Justin Tucker kicking is when he actually misses.
It's
and
rare.
Excited is not the right word. Surprise is more what we're talking about. 90.1% coming into 2019. He's incredible.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Shotgun handoff to Samuels. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Able to find Switzer. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
First down, Pittsburgh.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
13 games going on here this final Sunday of 2019, the final Sunday of the regular season. 3 more games still to come following us. Raiders, Broncos, Cards, Rams, and Niners, Seahawks. And then we'll know the 12 teams who will continue on into the playoffs starting next Saturday here on EA Sports. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Now it's Ingram. About 3 yards there to the 27. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. The handoff out of the pistol. It's Dixon. Down right around the 25. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And he's got Snead. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
James Washington making his way back out towards the huddle. He's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season, but you read the local paper this morning. There was no talk of that mark. They interviewed him, and he wasn't talking about 1,000 yards. The old cliche focused on this game. If he has a big one, might be able to get the win and 1,000 yards.
Seems like he just wants to let it come to him, right, as opposed to trying to force it. And that's probably the right idea and the right attitude. So game situation, play calling will dictate things. Now, how does he get there once he tries to get hot? Formations, route running, trying to get mismatches for him, different types of routes he will run downfield, short, medium, long. All those things will come into play as he tries to get to that magical number.
Now Roethlisberger, and the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Quick throw taken in by Snead. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 now. Jackson. And boy, that one drops incomplete. But if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Jackson from the shotgun. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. Taking it right down Broadway. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Steven Nelson on the tackle. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
On 2nd and 2, Jackson looking for the end zone. Seth Roberts, 28 yards. And the Ravens have taken the lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead is now 10-3. So that drive, 4 plays, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now Roethlisberger on first down. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. And they talked about how important the passing game was going to be against that defensive look. Good job there going to the air for the first down.
It's all about preparation. It's all about planning, and then it's about execution. So put it all together in practice. Okay, this is what we think we're going to see. This is how they get to it. And then when the game comes, read it and attack it.
Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. They get 5, and it will go ahead and move the chains. Roethlisberger now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. Roethlisberger will throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run with Samuels. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 4. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go draw play. This is Samuels. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
The tackle made by Michael Pierce. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the 38, Roethlisberger. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. And it's brought in by Washington. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son, and then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. This is Samuels, and they'll get this from the 8 to the 5, pickup of 3. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now it's Roethlisberger. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, this from 34. And Boswell's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The Ravens take over first and 10.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to have a third down.
Go, go, go.
They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's Sam Cook now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. Throwing on second and long. Roethlisberger complete to Washington. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. On third down, here's Samuels. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
On the carry, it's Samuels. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. From just shy of midfield, Roethlisberger. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
And 3 yards to go.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now it's Roethlisberger. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
First down, Steelers.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. He'll get this one to Switzer. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Open man here is Gentry. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And this one's right there, and that pushes the lead to 13-10.
Makes the score Steelers 13.
So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. 9 seconds to play, likely the final snap of the first half as it's 1st and 10. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. On 2nd and 9. Jackson, he'll buy some time right. And he's got some space here. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you as always. Welcome into our final regular season edition of our Halftime Report. Playoff lives hanging in the balance.
Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Ingram again. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Brings up 3rd and
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He may try and run for this. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the first down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Jackson. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Again, they'll run with Ingram. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
12 yards on the play. Leads to 3rd.
On 3rd and short, it's Dixon. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Baltimore, 1st down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
They'll run here with Ingram. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. They'll run it with Dixon. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Hayden Hurst, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have once again taken the lead.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And that will make this a 4-point game. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays, and it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Give them 32 on the play.
It's your first drive of the second half. You're down on the scoreboard. Maybe you just say to yourself, let's take a shot, see if we can shake them up. And boy, they hit that one.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Roethlisberger. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
He'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Think about some of the memorable performances that Ben Roethlisberger's had over the years, and one of them came against the Ravens. He threw 6 touchdowns back in 2014 in a win against Baltimore. And actually, now that I think about it, that was on the heels of a 6-touchdown performance in a win over Indianapolis the week prior. So October of 2014 was kind to Big Ben. On 2nd down now, Samuels, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his 2nd drop of the game.
A 29-yard attempt.
Boswell's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. He's got 9 points on field goals now. He's made 3 of them. That gets him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And for him, it's not his concern, right? He just goes out there when they call on him, and goes ahead and puts points up on the board. But the offense has got to get together and figure out what's stalling their drives, so they have to keep calling on him.
And we shift our attention to Mark Ingram. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you're doing across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps, and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Ooh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
After the penalty, it's Ingram. He'll get 3 up to midfield. From midfield now, here's Jackson. And off the deflection, it's caught. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking at 3rd down here. From the gun, it's Jackson. That's pulled in by the rookie from Notre Dame, Miles Boykin. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And shedding through the tackle. Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Watch the run.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. He'll try and run it. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
And the Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Offense.
So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
It's now 2nd down and 20.
Now Ingram, he's been busy today. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Jackson now. Got a man. It's Brown. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
that.
Toe bashed it. Super toe.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 47-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing again on second down. Roethlisberger, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Jackson now down around his goal line. Steps away. He's going to take off with it. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And fantastic field position has them just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line of the red zone.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief, because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Roethlisberger. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys are able to regain the lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead.
Makes the score Steelers 23.
Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That could be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can't Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. And when you go 5 wide like they just did there, you can't really max protect, can you?
No, you cannot. What you're hoping is that by going 5 wide, you're forcing the defense into coverage. And if you do that, you get a chance to find some people downfield. But if they audible themselves and go into a blitz, then it's got to happen right now or very
lights
quickly.
out.
Or exactly right. Turn them out. That play's over.
I guess they're in a situation now, fourth quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Roethlisberger will throw. Open man is Switzer, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Here's Samuels. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
The tackle made by Michael Pierce. It's a gain of 5.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Roethlisberger.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Jackson. He dumps it down to Ingram. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. He's got it to Ingram, complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Passer, defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
It's 2nd and inches at the Steelers' 44-yard.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson to the right side and complete to Hurst. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
And a Baltimore 1st down.
On 1st down, Ingram. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 18-yard line.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown run as they have taken the lead.
Defensively by now, you know his ability. You know he has it in him to take off and run.
Yeah, because they knew coming into this game, but we've already seen examples in this contest that he can run the football.
I think they're going to examine different ways to rush him now. Are they going to do it with different lanes? Are they going to use a spy? But they have to come up with options because right now, he's hurting them.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. 5 plays there on that drive, and it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. That's fielded in the end zone, and he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now it's Roethlisberger. And the pressure gets to him again. Matt Judon in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. Now it's Jackson.
Jackson's pass, intended for Mark Andrews.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Now, this was still going to be a one-score game either way, but still, that's a potentially harmful miss here in the 4th.
It certainly is, because if you consider that now if they give up a touchdown, they give up the lead. So he might be getting the side eye by the defenders coming out on the field now as he goes back to the bench after that miss.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now it's Roethlisberger. He's going to launch it for Washington. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. They are pushed back 5 yards by the delay of game, 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Ingram. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Y'all playing the wrong football.
On 3rd down, Mark Ingram. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So Ben Roethlisberger and the offense down by 4. 1:51 on the clock. They've won 3 in a row, but they've got work to do if they want to get a 4th in a row as they come up on 1st down. Now it's Roethlisberger. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down. Washington's got it. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one goes for 24 yards. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Roethlisberger to throw. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Counting down toward 1 minute to go in this football game. And he's got his man, the tight end McDonald. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 26. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Roethlisberger coming up with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Here's Roethlisberger. He'll get this one to Switzer. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. They'll look to throw. Open man, Smith-Schuster. It's complete.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
1st and goal, Pittsburgh.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Back to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. One last shot for Roethlisberger. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. Well, no doubt an electrifying finish to have it down inside the 10-yard line. That final shot, though, they couldn't get it in the end zone, and that's all she wrote.
And they had the final shot. The last snap taken that close to the end zone. They don't get it in, so they'll regret that. But flip it over, making a stand in that portion of the field, congratulations to them.
So for the Ravens, the win won't get them to 500, but they will finish on a high note at 7-9. And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, this was basically just an exhibition game for them, as they'd already clinched home field advantage. But more importantly, they'll get a week to rest as they've earned a first-round bye in this year's playoffs.